Hello everybody, it's your boy Mintleaf, YouTube's most skill issue gamer, coming at you with another episode of Reverse 1999 Farewell Rayashki. So last we left off and we went through stages 13, 14 and 15 where we saw that now Villa, Winsong and the rest of the village, the rest of Rayashki is willing to take the fight to the critters. Now, as you can see right here, there is a very big critter and it's about time that we take it on. I'm going to say that this is, well, as you can tell, I've cleared the stage, but not by accident, but because the footage last time was, the first time I recorded it was corrupted and messed up, so I have to re-record it right now. It's like the third time, but that's perfectly fine because, honestly, the boss design is cool, the boss fight was fine, and the entire cutscene leading up to it was great as well. So right now, what we're going to do is, as usual, we're going to go through the battle first, meaning the boss fight, and then we're going to take on the battle itself. Yeah? So, oh, hold on. There we go. So, we're actually going to play this on the balanced mode. Hold on. Let me show it again. Yeah. Balanced mode. Where on balanced mode, I was actually able to use this cool marker scheme. Okay, so on balanced mode, which is something that's recurring, it's not something that's old, it's something that's quite, I mean, it's not something new, it's something that's been here before. What happens with balance mode is that your character level will be increased to Insight 3 level 20, but it won't be reduced. Psycube level 60 and Resonance level 12. So for this is the team I was able to use, which is, as you can see, it's going to be a markers focused team with 6 as the buffer, 6 and Winsong as my buffers, and then, sorry, not Winsong, Villa, 6 and Villa as my buffers. And then we have little, what's the name here? La Sauce. I'm surprised that the Psycubes are still being attached differently. Oh well. Well, not attached differently, but attached to the character. Anyway, this is the boss. The Lay Purifier.
Join with us, comrades.
So, what is annoying about this boss? Let's, excuse me, can I? Okay, good. So, first and foremost, the boss will have 2 lives. So, the first phase right now, it has the normal thing where, you know, reality damage bad and then crit and mental damage good, and then when it attacks it will lose its HP and deal additional true damage. So after it dies, it will lose all its moxie, clear all the status and recover full HP and get an all-around power increase. The all-around power increase basically means that this attack, he will gain extra attack. He will go from A+ to S attack, but it's perfectly fine because our characters are more than strong enough. Okay, now for the EG Rack. The EG Rack basically will inflict Snowclad on your allies, on your Arcanists at the end of every round. And then this one will inflict the Kikirin will inflict Snowclad on your allies when they attack. So basically, you know, 5 stacks of Snowclad will turn into 1 stack of Freeze, but it's not a big deal, because again, our Arcanists are just super strong. Basically, the idea of a markers team is always to just buff markers.
I admire your courage.
The moment
buff markers and then watch her tear her enemies apart.
Heart scale.
Until the torch is lit.
To transcribe. Time to turn the page.
Yeah, look at that. Marcus is just wrecking ass. Okay, he's gonna inflict Snowclad. That's the passive, okay? The passive. So, boss will lose 10% HP. So technically, you could try and stall out the boss by just letting the boss attack you 10% HP if your Arcanists don't have very high offensive capabilities but somehow very strong defensive capabilities. But I don't think that's a very viable strategy. Also, Lapsos is surprisingly good for a 3-star because she can remove 5 Moxie. Basically, remove all the Moxie on her ultimate.
Benefit from reading.
I like how Six just says benefit from reading. He's basically doing that Boondocks meme of read, nigga, read. Oh.
It hurts.
Okay, and then she will spend Eureka, and then now she's going to become empowered.
Fine.
Alright. Let's clear 6. Even though we don't really need it. We don't need the healing. The boss doesn't do a lot of damage at all.
I can't read it. Oh, you deserve it.
For you and for us.
But seriously, that is some very strong single target healing from Villa. Okay, by the way, remember that when Villa's ultimate is ready, just use it
We
because
share the same
Villa's
dream.
ultimate gives her a lot of good things. It empowers her
Do
greatly.
this, Marcus. This or this one?
To
Okay.
write a future.
The boss is going to die and is going to revive to its second phase.
And now it's easier to understand.
Okay, boss in the second phase. He saw its head change as well.
Great. No mistakes.
It's pretty cool that when Villa is in this Rusaki stage, he will grant this a versatile card. This means it won't. That means when you use it, it won't take up any of your action points. Anyway, what is different about this boss now? The second phase. So as you see, second phase right here, the attack has increased to S, and these enemies. What will happen is that when these enemies also get a little bit stronger. So for example, the Ijirak will, let me see, the Ijirak will deal bonus damage to enemies with freeze, and also on death it will inflict a damage taken reduction on allies. So that means you can kill off the little minions, these two minions, this one is not very good as well, to inflict damage taken reduction on this enemy, yeah, on the boss. Why is that important? And to take out your ally, why is it important to take out these little minions? Because what the boss will do, the boss will still lose HP whenever it does an attack, but if there is an ally on the field, recover missing HP times 5%. So it means at low HP, when the boss has lost a lot of HP, it will actually start recovering quite a bit. And also one more thing is that when this second phase boss drops below 50%, this boss will gain Lay Hyper Flow and gain extra critical rate and damage, which is probably going to be very dangerous on higher levels. But right now we're on the easiest level, so it's not too big of a deal. Anyway, this versatile is actually super good for Marcus, because you see Grand Moxie and Eureka, which Marcus loves. Okay, then now we just need to slowly take out all these little add-ons. Oops, I forgot. Okay, buff Marcus,
Of utterance.
and then
Or
just
this
we
one.
just go crazy.
Your mind?
The good thing about this team is also you have a lot of healing, maybe a bit too much.
To read.
Benefit from reading.
Oh, you deserve it.
I do find it a little bit funny that of all people, Lil Lassos is actually able to deal mental damage. Sorry, not mental damage, able to deal 2k damage. Okay, this is going to be fun because I've got like so many ultimates ready. Okay, same thing as before. Keep buffing Marcus. Actually, you can buff Marcus after she uses her ability to clear out her Moxie. Okay, so first of all, Marcus. Aim in here, Marcus.
You can do this, Marcus.
Then empower Marcus. Then use 6.
Time turns to speak
And then
of truth.
I don't need to use her skill, and then I can just cleanse
I admire
Marcus.
your courage.
Oh, okay. I still need to. Okay, I can do that to give Lassos a tier 3 healing, but she doesn't need
Now
it.
it's easier to understand.
10k HP, that's pretty good. Okay, now she will strengthen Marcus.
The scale
Moxie and
of the
Eureka.
soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
And then 6 calls in the tactical nuke, dealing 14k
For the
damage.
good of all.
Though admittedly, I should have taken out the minions to inflict the damage taken reduction.
Don't worry.
Okay, she's out of her. She has no more ultimate, which is alright because we can slowly work towards it. Okay, anyway, let's just slowly beat the tar off all the enemies because they're not very
I will
helpful.
remember your sacrifice.
They're not very useful.
Fine. Like a metaphor?
Okay, see? So damage taken reduction, you can do more damage. But now, you see that Lay Hyper Flow.
You deserve it.
The boss has taken... the boss is now going to have extra stats. You see this status effect? Critical rate 30%, critical damage plus 30% undispellable, which is perfectly fine because this boss sucks ass. It's kind of easy on this mode. Of course, it might be a lot more difficult later on. Anyway, boss has 5 Moxie, just remove it all.
You can do this.
Oops, forgot.
Like a fountain.
The moment of silence.
can
The
do
moment
this,
of
Marcus.
utterance.
Just have to see. And that's all the Moxie gone. This boss
the
can't
torch
use
is
its
lit.
ultimate anymore. That's hilarious. Okay.
And now it's
Now
easier to
Marcus's ultimate.
understand.
Hopefully, I think he'll do quite a bit of damage, right? 22,000. That is amazing.
Learn from silence.
Don't worry.
Okay. Wow. So good.
Fine.
And then this one now you can empower
The
Marcus.
moment of silence.
This one
Marcus can just go crazy.
or this one? Oh, you got it.
Until the torch is lit.
Empower incantation one. That is so good. Oh, it's almost dead. One more hit. And there you go. And that is the end of the boss, the Lay Purifier Overburst. Where is I think if you, as long as you are willing to, hold on, if you want to play it on the normal mode, which is perfect, that's perfectly fine. But if not, you can play it on the balance mode if you have characters you really want to use. Yeah, simulation side cubes can be used. Oh, what's this? Oh, these are the strongest side cubes for simulation. But my side cubes are a little bit better, especially Marcus's. Anyway, yeah, you can play it on assist mode if you need to. Okay, now it's time for us to actually watch the cutscene, and let's go.
I haven't done any field investigation of ley energy since our school fell apart.
Don't worry, Comrade Winsome. Look, these stones are still the same stones we've always known. And don't be afraid to fail. My father told me that failure is just success and progress. Even if we cannot find this new resource or save our Rayashki, we've come back here together and worked for our common goal. We have nothing to complain about.
All right.
Whatever the result, we thank you for your efforts. Now, leave the rest to us. Comrade Yuri, check the connection status. Don't forget to check the drill, Comrade Yelena.
Relax, it's much easier than opening a can with only your fingers.
Knut had grown a slender arm, one that reached places no one could, and picked up stones there. They are not like the soft, transparent stones from the sky. These are hard, as chocolate. I think they are good stuff, too. Villa said we could make them into cans and houses to help the town. But maybe we will irritate the owner of the stones?
Am I right that this sample is from 100 meters underground?
Yes. Usually we don't need to reach that deep to find runium ore.
Relax, comrades. At least it proves there is something new on the Rayashki.
I have been a miner for 40 years, and one thing I know for sure is this. This is not bedrock.
It's a Kikituk's hair. The black marks are the new resource we're looking for. The red-brown ones are the Kikituks, and the bright yellow ones are their mineral-eating relatives, the Hoituks. The machine will show us the stability of the ley energy in a minute. We are at the source of the ley energy now, so the lines should have been pure.
If my eyes serve me right, I think I see bad news.
You're right. This source is like an estuary polluted beyond recovery. It is carrying too many traces, both from creatures and non-creatures. Besides, the black ore down there seems to have attracted a large number of critters, which has only worsened the pollution. A senior of mine said in his notes that in this case, it will take a push for the core to activate its self-purification system. Shoot, we got a big one.
Waves! It's seawater! We should have prepared swimming floats. Yes, but the waves won't reach us if we ride this leg.
If the ley energy materializes, put in a 7.62 centimeter sea serpent bone, 3 drops of common vervain sap, and 20 milligrams of snail sawfish embryo.
С ума сойти! Ух ты!
It has a beautiful stone on its neck too. Did your father also fall asleep in the mine?
Is that the raw runium ore that Zeno has been looking for? The energy is so pure. No wonder it materialized into such a huge body.
Comrades! Defense formation! Miners, stay behind us and evacuate!
Comrades, stand with me if you got a weapon. No matter if it's a rifle, a staff, or a shovel. Grip them tight. This is our Rayashki's future we're fighting for. We've been waiting for this, haven't we?
That's right!
Dear comrades, this is the critical moment for our town. No good weapons, no external support, but we have our friends, our family, and each other, who will never leave anyone behind.
Yes. There's nothing to be afraid of. We can always figure it out, so long as...
So long as we still have hope. Did we make it?
After we drove the critters away, the self-purification system began to run slower.
Haha! Time to go all out. Let's go, comrades.
For a brighter future! Comrade Yuri! Get a few more comrades here! We need to move him to the back!
Its energy has not run out yet. What on earth? It's the ore! Don't tell me it's still powering this thing.
I see. So we just break that stone and it's over, right?
Yes, theoretically.
Leave it to me. I'm the marksman here. Just need to get a little closer. Little closer.
Comrade Adrian, Comrade Daniel, and I will go with you. There may be something we can do.
Okay.
Comrades, watch out! No!
Fall back! Fall back! Believe! Our attacks cannot break the stone at all!
Comrade Winsock! What is going on?
The cycle of ley energy is long. It may take months, years, or even longer than that to return to its source. As long as that ore remains on its neck, the ley energy will continue with the purification until it wipes out everything around.
So all we can do is wait?
For our own safety, we'd better stay out of this area until it completely returns to the source. I should have seen this coming. I'm so sorry.
Comrade Patrick, Comrade Nikita, you're not down yet, right? Anyone else? We still got the digger, the crane, and our own string. Let's try harder. It's nothing more than a stupid stone. We can do this. That's our last chance.
Stop this senseless sacrifice, Comrade Knut. It's pointless. to keep going.
But to save Rayashki is also your dream, no? Our little one from afar swore she would unite all of us, no matter who we are or where we're from. We must keep all that in our minds. How can we give up now?
I'm so happy I came here and made friends with all of you, comrades. You each have a kind heart and a strong will. Before I met you, my dream was only a joke to the other Salki. But you've shown me it isn't unreachable. Now it feels so real and heartwarming. Sometimes I almost forget that you see the fins and scales on my body. That's why I don't want you to sacrifice yourself for nothing. I don't want to lose you. What we want is to stay together. That's why we're fighting to save Rayashki, right?
К черту!
These swans have lost their feathers. Are we still able to reach the sky?
I must thank you, Comrade Windsong. You rekindled something in us, and you hope, just as you promised. I will tell you that I read some papers on your ley lines after that night. It holds some great ideas, I admit. You and Rayashki deserve a better future.
I want you to know, I recommended you to Zeno only because I was worried for your future. I did not want you to be stuck in a dying town.
Comrade Yevgeny?
And it gives me pain to see how brave and determined you all have been. I won't let any of you die here.
Yevgeny, what are you doing?
The sad thing is, I took a very different path long ago. But what does it matter now? Rayashki is proud of you. I am proud of you. You will continue to build the new world of your dreams. Our dream, no matter where or when. I will always be there with you. Seize the opportunity. Vila, Windsong, my comrades!
Природа — это числа и черты.
Comrade Yevgeny.
Kchortu! This is not fair! Just because he was the only pilot here doesn't mean he could make that decision alone. We should have had a boat.
We fixed that fighter together. That soul left us behind.
But he will always be our comrade, right?
To Comrade Yevgeny, salute!
But where is the sea swallow?
He flew into the future, child. The future will all reach one day.
Man, it's really a shame that I lost the footage for the first run, because the first time round, when you see all this for the first time, it's honestly amazing, especially Evgeny coming in to save the day. It's kino, to use the slang that kids use nowadays. Anyway, let's move on to after stage 16. There's this, A Heartfelt Legacy. I can't believe it, there's actually another bonus cutscene. Is this a bonus cutscene? I think it is.
Comrade Yevgeny.
Hmm. Hmm?
Damn, even until the end, Evgeny always prioritized the town. Let's see. I think I... Oh no, I didn't miss anything. Oh, interesting. Okay. I kind of... damn, I actually have to do this. Need to do 3 more. It's okay, I guess. We're still... It's still quite early in terms of recording time. Okay, what's this? School. This is the building that's garnered the most attention in town, where blank pages are splashed with vibrant colors. Lend a hand. Oh, maybe this is why. Let's just throw out some randos that we don't need. And then we need to wait, right? 20 seconds. What else over here? Oh, okay. 5 seconds. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me my materials. Okay, thanks to your help, everyone is one step closer to achieving their goal and transitioning into a town life. I thought this was already a town, but okay. Maybe they're talking about a modern town. Pour out your thoughts and feelings here. Start. Oh. Oh, okay. I won't be reading this out, but yeah, I'm gonna scroll through slowly. Okay, that's about it. Like I said, you guys can always pause if you want to read it in detail. Okay, what's this? Comrade Villa frequents this place. Da 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 da. Okay. Needles and loaves. You're damn right, Rayashki will stand forever. Okay, nice little events. Oh, sorry, nice little rewards. I think the last one will be this one, right? A little battle here. It's only natural that minor conflicts arise during the mining process. Drive them away. Who is it? Who do we have to fight? The Kikin. Okay, super easy. We have Villa to help us out. Okay, Villa to help us out. We can always just bring Marcus and 6. Oh, was it 6? Yeah, let's bring in 6. Oh wait, no, I don't have my 6 build. I keep forgetting. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Let's just bring in whoever we can. Not important. We're gonna steamroll them anyway.
Do my best.
As usual.
I will remember the
This book or
sacrifice.
this one?
Sharp fang.
Great. No mistakes. Time to turn the page.
See, that was easy. Your taunt will also only hasten your death, my
This
friend.
book or this one? Stay focused. Like a metaphor? To read. Say hello.
And that's basically it. Bye-bye.
Do this easier.
Thanks for playing, little Kikin. You're dead.
And now it's easier to understand.
Okay, now we're moving on to this is probably, I said, this will either be the last or the second to last stage. But let's move on to stage 17, Snow and the Others. We're not even halfway through this journey, but we will press on.
Take heart, comrades! Everything he did was for Rayashki.
We shared the same dream, didn't we? To do all we can for the good of the people.
Reporting. Drilling rig clear. Ready for new exploration.
That's the spirit. We must keep going. Only period. Yuri, start the machines.
On it!
Take this. It's my best friend. I think it will be glad to have another best friend.
I will become a great hero like you. It's a promise. A man's promise.
Well, why are your feathers wet, Piotr? You have water on your face, Miss Winson. Can kids still cry after they grow up?
I should have known. The abnormal fluctuation of the ley energy and how much of an attraction it is to the critters. I should have noticed they were different from my theory.
At least this experience will be valuable for the study of ley lines, won't it? Take it in and make something of it. I am sure it will be of more help in the future. You're not only doing this for yourself or for me, but for those who sacrificed for all of us.
We found it! This must be the new resource.
Coal! It is coal! We did it!
This is our coal! Comrades, we will use it to cook our meal tonight. And it will be the best meal I've ever had! Is that so, Comrade Nikita? You got a problem with my food, huh?
I made a rough estimate. The reserves here should last hundreds of years.
For the first time in history, the theory of ley lines has been verified.
There is no doubt your work deserves a fair assessment now.
Thank you for your help, Miss Vila.
We achieved this together, didn't we?
Of course. The glory goes to every one of us.
I'm very glad to see you again, Miss Vincent.
Are you? You don't look glad at all.
I admit, I underestimated the people here. Especially you, Miss Vincent. The great heroine who found coal deep beneath the town, huh?
So, did I manage to ruin Zeno's little plans?
We have nothing left to do here. Zeno will leave soon. I know we disagree on many things, our future included. Still, Zeno looks forward to working with you again, hopefully in a more friendly way.
I hope so too. You don't want to be embarrassed by another lowly researcher again, do you?
Goodbye, Miss Vincent.
Wait! I have one last question.
Please, I'm at your service.
Zeno confirmed the existence of Hoytuks in Rayashki months ago, but you just took care of them without letting anyone know. You already knew there would be a large reserve of coal here, didn't you?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. This would either be the second to last or the last one. So there's one more. Oh, okay. I realized that... Okay, not maybe I'll save it for the actual review at the end. Is this a battle? It looks like a battle. After people leave, new inhabitants arrive. However, they don't seem to be very interested in socializing. Friendly exchange. Okay, sure.
Join with us, comrades. It is here.
Seems super easy.
I will remember your sacrifice.
What's your face?
Keep up the pace.
Oh, excellence! Say hello.
Don't worry.
It is here. I can hear it. Be serious.
This one looks super easy as well.
Mon officier n'est pas un capitaine. Don't worry.
You see what I mean? This is so trivial.
I admire your courage. is here.
Off your legs.
For the good of all.
Sometimes physical action is more practical than verbal communication. I agree. Amen to that, brother. Okay. Hello, Rayashki. Hey, farewell, Rayashki. Hello, Rayashki. This is probably the end. Hello, Rayashki. Everything is changing. Stage 18.
After thorough discussion, the people of Rayashki have made their final decision. I stand here to declare the future direction of Rayashki. As of today, Rayashki will be no longer affiliated with any organizations, and all factories dedicated to processing of runium ore will be shut down.
What are we going to do for work, Sam?
I don't want to sit around at home living on benefits.
There will be many things to do, Comrade Valeria. As the elites above us struggle for power, we, ordinary people, suffer in darkness. But now, there will be a new source of power. One built to lift up the people, not to take from them. And it will run on Rayashki coal. We will start new factories in Rayashki and explore the possibilities of working with other coal producers nearby. We will mine with our own hands and feed ourselves.
Maybe we can even build a dock and sell our products far away.
We will raise a new banner above Rayashki, one welcoming all ordinary people to come to a livable place with abundant power and job opportunities for their future. What about your plan, Comrade Winsong?
I think I'm going to stay for a while.
You need to know that for now, we must tighten our belts. Everyone's rations must be cut for some time until Rayashki gets back on its feet.
At least for now, the study of ley lines belongs here, not in the fancy halls and symposiums of human academia. This place still holds many possible research avenues, monitoring the changes in the environment, further detailing the local ley energy map, maybe even studying the mutation of the Kikituks. I must finish them to further develop the study, before it is ready for academia again.
Then it sounds like you may be with us for a long time yet. Good. And don't forget, you're expected to cut the ribbon at the ceremony.
Miss Winsong, I want to apologize for being rude to you during class.
I'll bring you some friendship cheese next time to apologize. I promise.
You will always be our comrade. Hats off to you.
Miss Winsong, I think we performed very well at the ceremony. Will you come teach us again?
We want to learn more too.
Same here.
Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Miss Winsong, the sunflowers we planted are blooming. We protected the town.
We begin the next chapter of Rayashki today. I'm so glad we will build it together. Привет, Rayashki.
Oh, never mind. It's actually not the last one. But since we're already so close, let's continue on to unlock this one. Number 19. Stage 19. Nuts. I have to say, I am very happy with how this story is turning out. Oh, come on. Hey! And we get to actually see how the town can change. Construct, build a workshop. Due to neglect, the workshop is currently in a state of disarray. This is like a little mini game. To begin repairing the old machinery, try reconnecting node 1. Okay, there you go. To make the old factory equipment work, you need to reconnect important nodes to create direct paths to the right outlet. Tap here to rotate and clear a path to the next node. Tap here to rotate. It's a very cute little game. Okay, good. We are done. The workshop is now up and running. The black diamond dug up by the townspeople will be brought here every day for processing. Oh, it's a resource that's coming every 6 p.m., right? At least for my time. My time, local time, 6 p.m. Refreshes every day. I see. Reconstruct. and I get raw components, and then raw components can be used to build up the factory, to reconstruct the factory, and we will get rewards. Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. This is really good. We get the buildings, and we also get a little bit of extra upgrade equipment, and that, I believe that's probably the medal, right? Wow, I actually like this a lot. Oh, it unlocks in phases. Okay. Well. Oh, one more to read. Okay, same thing as before, but I'm just going to scroll through this and you guys can pause whenever you want to read the text. I do like that all these side events are a little bit less laborious than the previous event, and because of that the cutscenes have actually been enhanced in a sense that, well, they're not as long and not as boring. But I think this is probably the true ending, right? The true final stage. So stage 19, Two Descendants, what we leave behind and what you will remember.
Oh, thank goodness. I was hoping you'd be here. Oh, is this a bad time?
No, it's all right. Have a seat. I'm not a pure Rusalka. As you can see, I must get in touch with water every once in a while to replenish my power from the ocean.
Hello, Comrade Vila.
It's been a while, Comrade Winsong. They say you're working hard in the mine, and the study of ley lines is getting popular among the workers.
They have helped a lot. My research on the environment wouldn't have gone nearly so smoothly without them. It's given a second life to my studies, and it is growing so well. It has even gained some recognition beyond Rayashki. I'm truly happy that I came here.
I never thought the Comrade Winsong would be so bashful over her accomplishments. I thought you were more stubborn and confident than that. I'm only teasing, Comrade. It's a matter of fact that you're not as fearless as you pretend to be, isn't it? That's why we must all stick together to make up for each other's weaknesses and make Rayashki proud. Sorry, the speeches have become an occupational habit.
Fine, you got me. But it's not a big deal. Just as you are not quite the gentle and demure school teacher that you appear to be. Are you, comrade? We're even. Actually, I've come to say goodbye. Laplace has invited me to give a lecture for their European branch. They want me to give a lecture on how I combined environmental analysis with the Arcanum based on what we've done here in Rayashki.
Sounds like a very promising new beginning for your studies.
How are things going in the town?
We are getting more visitors now. It seems people are eager to see something different.
I'm sure they will.
We've also begun cooperating with many governments and agencies near us, including the Foundation. They hope to carry out some short-term training on the Arcanum for the children.
What's this?
Open it. It's from the Foundation. Mr. Nameday invites me to visit the Foundation and discuss further cooperation. The children are also waiting for me there. It seems they mentioned you all the time during their training. Did we miss the ley line exam? The Foundation has all sorts of incredible things.
Like biting coins, noisy coal balls, a glass pen with rainbows inside. So much fun!
I've mastered a lot of incantations.
I miss the town and everyone.
Yeah, we miss Comrade Alyonka, Comrade Blinchik, and Comrade Piroshki.
They say we will be able to go home in a few months.
I must master the most powerful arcane skills by then, so I can use them to protect the town.
We'll transform into sea swallows. Then we'll be able to fly and fly to far, far away.
Because Linska University Hospital received a rare case today. The patient's veins irreversibly transformed into electric wires. As of 1800, all arterial, venous, and capillary tissues throughout the patient's body have undergone necrosis. The directors said they would invite more professionals to the consultation to decide on further research direction. Global Variety News has claimed the case may become one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the era. They started a new column to analyze possible compatibilities between the patient's new wired veins and different appliances. Please stay tuned for more details.
The Flying Carpet Travel Agency is starting a tour around Northern Europe, where you will be able to see the breathtaking Aurora Borealis, pet fluffy keycairns, and even enjoy a flying carpet race. The destination of our tour is Rayashki, a mysterious town, the warmest place in the Arctic Circle, sitting atop many rich veins of coal. When you get there, we suggest that you abide by the town's wishes and work to earn what you need instead of buying it, though this is not an obligation, of course. But why not have a try when you're given the opportunity to experience a new and better lifestyle? Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
Where should I start, dear readers? Rayashki is like a sparkling gem embedded into the permafrost, and above lies an eye-catching banner. Perhaps it will draw even more attention in the future. Through the past decades, the citizens there have been trying to achieve something different for themselves. A great cause, which may take the work of generations to achieve. But now, they are no longer a nameless town in the far north, nor is their dream a passing fad bound to be forgotten. I sincerely hope all of us will be able to witness its history and its future. That's why I knew I must write down this story, in the hopes that their dream will remain in your heart forever.
And there you go, that is it. That is the actual ending to Farewell Rayashki, and what a journey it has been. Unfortunately, I still don't have enough of these rocks to get this. This is Villa Side Cube yet. I probably should. Also, 12k for one of these is very expensive. Anyway, let's see. So that was it for the main story. Now, what else is left in Farewell Rayashki? Well, we have Main's Bulletin, which is kind of boring and I don't usually showcase this. Dawn arrives as usual, which is going to be Villa's story, and we're going to be covering that in a separate episode. It's probably going to be the same of having both record and survey. So, anecdotes. Hold on, let's enter this. Okay, this is not important right now. We'll just watch it together as part of all of these episodes. There are 8 stages for records, and then survey will be, as usual, showcase of Villa's strength. Anyhow, other than these guys, now let's talk a little bit about what I think of this story of Farewell Rayashki and the update as total. First, let's talk about the banners. So right now the banners will have 2. The first one will be Villa, and the second one will be Windsong. Now I've been looking at the previous few banners, and I will say I think this is a very good banner overall, because both Villa and Windsong are particularly strong. I don't know what Windsong is used for, but I know Villa is very, very strong, as you saw earlier in the Marcus lineup. And compared to the other banners, so for example 1.1 we had Melania and Pickles. 1.2, Tooth Fairy and Jessica. Tooth Fairy and Jessica are both very good. So because Tooth Fairy is a very reliable star healer, and Jessica is a very reliable plant DPS. Then for 1.3 we had Kalabauna and Shamane. I actually don't know his name. Is it Shamane? Probably. Now Shamane and Kalabauna, I don't recall them being super useful anywhere else. Really. Maybe Shamane might be useful in a beast team, but I haven't tested it out because I don't have Shamane. Then the next banner, 1.4, was 6 and 37. Now 37 is a little bit restricted because she's a star archetype. She's a star afflator. She can't be used in Marcus's team. But 6, as you saw earlier as well, is actually very strong. When he's in the right team, he can buff very well. 1.5 was Spathadea and Ezra. I didn't get Ezra, but I did get Spathadea, and Spathadea is one hell of a DPS, which is very, very, very good. So all I can say is Spathadea hit the mark. Ezra, I'm not certain. Patch 1.6, which was the anniversary, had both Juniangzi and Getian. Is that how you say it in Chinese? Getian. Yes, Juniangzi and Getian. These two, I have no idea to assess their strength. However, I do know that Junyangzi is very good in a burn team. So the burn team you guys saw during my 1.7 playthrough with Isolde, the full potential actually comes with Isolde, Junyangzi, Ulu, and Spathodea. That's right. Junyangzi is a mineral. Yes, she's a mineral arcanist, but her strength comes from the burning synergy with Isolde. So I guess that's what is Junyangzi useful for, and she's a DPS. So I think if you notice, the burn team is actually quite lacking on DPS because it relies a lot on Spathodea, but Junyangzi is there to alleviate the stress. Then for the one that we just covered, 1.7. Oh yeah, right, I almost forgot. After Junyangzi was of course Isolde herself. Isolde is the queen of burning with her passive and then her powerful AoE damage, AoE ultimate. And Marcus, as we've been seeing, is very strong as well, with her using both her Eureka mechanic and her Moxie generating mechanic. And then with 1.8, this patch, Villa and Winsong. Now, compared to what I've seen about 1.9, which is another limited banner, yeah, the limited banner Lucy, I don't know how well Lucy will hold up. But that's not important right now. The most important thing is, what do I think of this banner? Both Villa and Winsong, I would say good, very good. Is it on par with Junyangzi? Probably not, but Junyangzi is a broken piece of shit, so we don't talk about her. But I would say the quality of this banner at least matches the quality of the previous banner. Isolde and Marcus both have very good uses. Isolde for burn team, Marcus for a Eureka and Moxie team. And Villa is also, Villa and Marcus will form a team. Winsong, I believe, will form a different team, though I'm not certain which kind of team. Yeah, because I haven't looked it up what exactly Winsong will do. Now, that's the banner. What about the story? Yeah, what about the story and the events and the characters? Let's talk about the characters. The two 6 stars, of course, Villa and Winsong. What do I think of them? I think they're honestly really fun. They were really fun characters. I honestly expected it to be more around Villa, but I think in the end, Winsong was the one that was just slightly more dominant. Though in the end, I do think the story was very well split between both Villa and Winsong. And we see that Villa slowly rising. She's already a good community leader. Oh shit, I dropped my phone. Villa was already very good as a community leader because she was a teacher, and now Winsong became an outsider. My phone is, oh god, not gonna drop it again. Winsong is an outsider researcher. So when she came to this village, she had a lot to learn, and soon enough, it's basically an archetype of a story for the outsider to fall in love with this little quaint town. And I think they actually formed it quite well because, first of all, the town of Rayashki feels quite alive. As we saw, there were a lot of little like side events, you know? Where is the... Was it this one? No, it's not this one. So for example, all these little... What the hell? Was it this one? No, I don't. Where are the notes? Was it here? Was it this one? No, I don't think so. But what I want to say is that all of the little like side notes and scraps of like the little conversations, the little battles, they really make the town feel alive. And we also see that in the story itself, where they really make Winsong feel welcome, and you see them fighting for themselves. Even after Zeno has abandoned them, they are willing to fight and put their own lives on the line to defend their little town. And ultimately, all the characters really play a very fun purpose. Avgos is probably the only character that I feel a little bit... I'm not sure exactly what role he was supposed to play, but compared to the others, Villa's the community leader, Winsong is the hopeful but a little bit naive outsider or researcher that warms up to the town. Evgeny is the hapless leader, but in the end, you saw what he did. He sacrificed himself to defeat the lay purifier, which is absolute G. Evgeny is an absolute G. Then of course we had Bertolt, who is the typical Xeno bad guy. Yeah, and I just don't exactly know what Avgus is supposed to represent or what role he's supposed to play in the story. But overall, compared to the previous stories, what do I think? Looking at the banners, it's very simple. I mean, I have the whole list of banners next to me, which doubles as me refreshing my memory on the past events. How does it compare to 1.1, which is the Thief of the Rimmed Cup, I feel it is better. Yes, it is better than the Theft of the Rimmed Cup simply because Diggers and Pickles are not around. Like I said, I really feel that Diggers and Pickles really drag down the story compared to this one, compared to Rayashki. Okay, what about number 1.2? Okay, 1.2 was the horror one, which actually remained my favorite for a very long time because I am a sucker for the horror, you know, the Western slasher horror film archetype. And I would say that the story for 1.2 was quite good, except for the ending, because I felt that having Blondie and Jessica do the talking instead of having Vertin come in was be much more impactful. However, overall, I would say that Rayashki is probably also slightly better than Nightmare at Green Lake. Now 1.3, the philosophical woo-woo bullshit about stars and the moon. I honestly checked out around halfway because it was so damn tedious. Yeah, 1.3 was god-awful tedious, and I would say that definitely Rayashki wins by a very large margin. Yeah, there was a lot of fun ideas, for example, Manus Vindicte trying to, I don't know, you know, Mercury's in AstroTurf and they wanted to call down the stars and nuke this little town called Mopang. I didn't really care about Mopang. Mopang didn't feel alive. I had no reason to be invested in it other than, oh, it's Shamane's home, oh, it's Calabauna's home. And it doesn't feel alive. It doesn't feel like a proper character. And all the other side characters that do appear are all assholes and annoying as shit compared to the people in Rayashki who are a lot more endearing. So yeah, I didn't like 1.3. Compared to Rayashki, Rayashki is a lot better. Okay, 1.4, which is the first story update after the game launched on global. And actually, well, I mean, after it launched in general. What do I think about it? 1.4 sees us introduced to the island of Peyron, right? Where we are both introduced to our 6 stars, 6 and 37. I would say that Rayashki is still better. I'm trying to be fair here. I know there might be a thing called recency bias, but I do feel Rayashki is at the very least, or I would say, yeah, at the very most on par with 1.4. 1.4 really unlocked a lot of important story beats and world building lore for the, you know, for the Reverse 1999 world, how other organizations other than St. Pavlov or Zeno or Laplace are observing the storm. And this is a method that is completely foreign to them, because instead of using all this technology and tools, the arcanists on Eperon use feelings and mathematics. I'm kidding about feelings, of course, but they do a lot of mathematics. 37 was very endearing. 6 was actually quite nice to follow along, and especially in story, because if I remember correctly, the 6 is supposed to represent the reluctant leader type of archetype. That was redundant, but yeah. I would say that in all, the story for one, I mean, technically 1.4 is also still not fully resolved, because last I checked, Vertin and co are still on the island, and then we immediately pivot to a chapter where Vertin and co are just not existing. They just don't exist there. And then we hop to Marcus and Isolde and, you know, Hoffman, Kakanya, etc. So I would say at the very least, or yeah, at the very least or at the very most, depending on how you look at it, Rayashki is on par with 1.4. 1.4 is what? Prison in the Cave, that's what it's called. Okay, 1.5, the Ulu Games Revival. I would say it's still better. Rayashki is still better than Ulu Games Revival. I think we can draw some parallels, because we know that, for what I remember, Uluru Games Revival is something like Rayashki, because we have people with very differing opinions, being Spathadeya and Ezra. And then we see that Spathadeya is trying to defend something that means a lot to her. It means a lot to her Arcanist bloodline or lineage, because she wants to revive the games, giving the Arcanist a spot to really thrive compared to the humans, of course. And of course that brings her in conflict with Ezra, who sees this opportunity, sees the game as an opportunity to bring humans and Arcanists together. I would say there's some parallels in terms of having a character who really is dedicated to their cause and fighting hard for it. Of course, and also, I guess the villains, because in 1.5, I think the villain was really just McElroy and his annoying-ass journalist, but they're honestly not that compelling compared to Zeno, Bertolt. Bertolt isn't even a villain. That's actually another good thing. While McElroy in 1.5 was an asshole and a clear-cut villain, I don't think Bertolt and Evgeny were really villains. They were more so antagonists. Bertolt is more like the traditional antagonist, but Evgeny was more so, like I said, the hapless leader who thinks he's doing something correct, which again, if you look from his perspective, you can empathize and understand that, well, he was trying to do his best for the village, just maybe not in the right way. So yeah, Rayashki is better than 1.5, but just slightly. Okay, 1.6 we'll skip it because again I did not play it, I did not bother to play it, but from what I heard 1.6 was awful and people did not like Junyang's and her story, so I'm going to assume that again Rayashki is better. Now 1.7 is the funnest, most interesting thing because 1.7 is recent enough so that I shouldn't have recency bias, I hope. But I would say that 1.7 is, there's very peculiar direction to it. I appreciate all the aesthetics. I appreciate Isolde's story trying to recover from her mental illness. I appreciate Marcus growing into her role of being a full-fledged investigator from the Foundation. I especially love Marcus and Hoffman, and I really did not like Kakania, which I really dislike Kakania a lot. So because she's an asshole as well. But I would say in terms of story, the thematic reasoning, I would say that maybe 1.8 might be better. Oh, sorry, this is 1.8. Maybe Elusivan is better than Rayashki. Maybe, but slightly. I still don't have my feelings on that set hard, per se. But I do think that at the end of the day, Rayashki still remains my favorite one. I don't know what you guys think of as the best one, but Rayashki has now become my new favorite simply because of it's very well written. It's tight, it's compact, the characters are fun, the setting is nice. There was a good ending too. I actually thought the ending was going to end with, oh man, we have the abandoned village, but Evgeny came in and was like, yeah, I am the Chaddest Chad, and he single-handedly saved Rayashki basically. So a very satisfying ending. The town feels alive. A lot of Soviet propaganda, but honestly, it was perfectly fine. It fits the setting. It's not obnoxiously on the nose, even though there was some moments where it was very blatant, but still acceptable, I would say. Yeah, so in all, I would say Rayashki is probably my new favorite so far for very good reason. There's even this little this little side event or mini game that makes you feel like you're actually reconstructing the town. I think 1.2 had that as well. Nightmare and on Green Lake, Nightmare at Green Lake had something similar where we were repairing the cabin, basically fortifying the cabin to allow us to take on the monsters easily. And I don't know why they stopped. I think they stopped. I don't remember 1.3 or 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. I didn't play 1.6, 1.7. I don't think any of the other chapters did that. Okay, I understand I think I understand 1.7 and 1.4 because they're story chapters, and story chapters don't exactly need these side events because story chapters are quite long. You see, Elusivan is 24 stages long. Prisoner in the Cave is 21 stages long. El Oro is 23. Rayashki, oops, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Rayashki is only 19 stages long. Not very short, but it's not as long as the others. And the last 3 were all just cutscenes, so you can just sit back, relax, and watch the visual novel like you're watching a movie. So it's not that bad. Which I do want to praise. The pacing is so much goddamn better than Elusivan. It is better than Spathodia's event. It's better than it's better than all the other events. The last time I remember having such a tight pacing was just 1.2. Can you imagine that? 1.1 had good pacing, but ultimately was brought down by Pickles and Digger's portion. Those things were just ass. I really, really, really wish they had just focused on Banania, but no, that's how things have turned out. So, yeah. Other than that, 1.2 was the last time when the pacing I felt was very tight and on point in this very it's a mystery horror event. So they build up the horror, they build up mystery, the old thriller, and they go investigate and yada 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 yada. They get to the points very quickly. Kalabauna, I would say that the event with the worst and most annoying pacing has to be 1.3. Kalabauna's event was just god awful in terms of pacing. Don't get me wrong, I don't think the themes of it are bad. I don't think the characters are bad. Kalabauna is fine, Shamane is fine. Even the villain who's Kuma is also decent because ultimately you see a very broken woman, but 1.3 pacing was just dog ass for me. Probably the next worst offender was probably just the next worst offender is probably either 1.4 or 1.5. I also felt the pacing was off, but not as egregious as 1.3. 1.3, like I said, the pacing was just dog ass. But yeah. So ultimately, at the end of the day, also the shame, because what I just realized that 1.3 is the one event that takes place with brown people. Excuse me, yes. 1.3 is a shame because it could have been so interesting to see, you know, Reverse's version of India, and they kind of fucked it up so hard. I don't. Oh man, you know, the time I'm recording this, there's a lot of hoo-ha over Genshin nonsense, but it's just such a funny coincidence. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I really did not like 1.3. Rayashki is fine though. So yeah, that's I think that's all my thoughts for the event so far. Technically, right now we still have a lot to cover. We still have Villa's story to go through. We have an anecdote. I think we have both Eternity and one about Xeno itself. The Polar Town Utu, which is not very relevant. It's just a gauntlet of very tough bullshit to go through. Silver Knot, which is going to be Winsong's story, and then the Journey to Mopang rerun, which obviously I'm not going to do because I already have the full journey up and running on my channel. Yeah, so I think that's it for what I have to say about this event, about 1.8 so far. I think it's Marcus is in the portrait right now. I would say, in terms of pulling, if you already have Marcus, pull for Villa. Villa is a very good addition to Marcus. And then save up for Lucy as well, because Lucy is intelligent. Okay, Lucy is intelligent, so you can save up for Lucy as well. And also because Lucy is limited. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's episode of Reverse 1999. It's definitely on the longer side of things, but that's also because I decided to add in my last bit of commentary. And I think we actually rushed. No, we didn't rush per se, but we went through the ending from 16 onwards. So 16, 17, 18, 19. So 4 stages, 1 stage more than usual. So the next time I see you guys for Reverse 1999, we're going straight to Dawn Arrives as usual. We'll have 2 parts. As usual, we will have the records, which no commentary. We will go through the cutscene and run all of the stages here. And then the survey, which I will only play on the final stage to really highlight Villa's strength. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been Mindy, YouTube's most skill issue gamer, wishing you the best time of the day. Thank you all so much for watching. Signing out. Peace and love. See you guys around. Cheerio.